All right, I think we are recording here.
Yeah.
Lauren, thank you so much. This is this week's honoree for Warrior Wednesdays, Lauren Byrne. I cannot tell you how much it means to me for you to take the time to join me. So thank you.
It's really my honor and my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
So we met through the Arnold Schwarzenegger Pro Strongman competition, where your brother was competing in the World's Strongest Fireman
Yeah.
competition. And what I loved is, so I got to meet him, and I'm talking to him. I'm so impressed because he was one of the firefighters who helped fight the California wildfires. I'm like, man, you're a stud. He goes, I'm not the biggest stud in my own family. You have to meet my sister Lauren. And then I met you, and he was right.
Oh my
So
gosh, thank you.
we are amazing. So you are, we can't see it right now. You're in a wheelchair.
I am in a wheelchair, yes.
And tell me about the story, how you ended up in the wheelchair. You were 15 when it happened. Is that right?
Yes, I was 15. Yeah, 2005. I fell in a pool. I hit my head at the bottom. I broke my neck and I got a spinal cord injury as a result, which paralyzed me from the neck down initially.
Initially.
Yeah,
So you come to, I assume you're out, you come to in the hospital
yeah,
and you're given this diagnosis, 15 years of age.
yeah.
What are the thoughts that you have at that moment?
Well, man, Matt, there was a lot going on. I didn't really understand what was going on, even as people were telling me. I didn't really know what that meant. But I also had my whole family with me, all around me. So I just also remember not being that scared, just always being supported, even in the scariest times. I've always been supported, and cared for. And um, I just remember listening to my family. There were people all around. This was all new to us. We were all a little scared because it's new. The unknown is very scary.
Of
Um,
course.
but going through it together, we decided we're going to be positive. We're not going to listen to any limitations, and that made it a lot easier. Um, so the things going through my mind was, how can I stay positive? What do I have to look forward to? What can I do to better myself right now? You know.
Okay, that's easier said than done. That is so remarkable because I think that's the way we all want to think we'd be in a difficult situation when we face obstacles. So what is your secret? Obviously, there's something about your family that's special, but for you at 15 to embrace that mindset, how do you think what makes you different, or how is it possible? How was it that you were able to do that? To
Right?
have
You can't just snap your fingers and say, "Okay, I'm just going to be positive."
yeah,
It's constant work. You have to work at it every day. Everyone has to do it all the time, and you have to train your mind. And I think what helped me a lot is even just changing my language. I was completely paralyzed, and they would hold my arm in front of me and say, try to move your arm. And I couldn't do it. And I said, I can't. And my family would not even let me stop there. They say, you can't yet. It's so important to even have your language working for you. Um, so that really helped me with everything. Just looking at it, taking the pill, and just saying, like, how can I go about this differently, and changing your language. And maybe you can't right now, but if you keep working at it, it gets easier, especially if you train your mind to work for you instead of against you.
I'm getting chills right now hearing that. That is just it's so remarkable to hear that at 15 you and your family were able to come together and to have that I can't yet. And you have gone on. You're obviously your arms are moving now. You're
Yes.
incredibly mobile and you actually become an athlete. You do rugby.
Yeah.
So how do you go from this where you're quadriplegic, your arms aren't moving yet, but
Yes.
you become an athlete and you fully embrace saying there are no limitations.
Well, before my injury, I was involved in sports, able-bodied sports, and theater, and I loved extracurricular activities. And when I got injured, I everything was different. and it's not that I couldn't do it. I just had to do things differently.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to find something that brought me fulfillment as sports did before my injury. And sports bring like a community, and I wanted that still. And now I'm injured and I can't move, but I researched like what can I do? What sports are available to me now? There's so much opportunity here, and so it's really important to find that out. And you might not be aware of it now, until you're in that situation.
Sure.
And then from there, you research and you meet people, and you meet like minds, and you meet positive people, and it brings in positive experiences and environments. And it's kind of how I've got into sports.
So, but it wasn't just any sport. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's rugby.
Yeah, wheelchair rugby. I loved it.
Very active sport. I love it. The contact.
Yeah.
Now, what is that sport like for you? What when you're out there playing? What emotions? What does it bring to you? How does it supercharge your spirit?
So much. When I broke my neck, I'm like, oh, am I fragile now? I'm in a wheelchair. Like, everyone kind of approached me as if I was fragile, and I saw wheelchair rugby, and it was a bunch of guys in sports wheelchairs and just bashing into each other, and getting their heart rate up and just going at it. And I can just see the freedom in that too, like just it just um it was so different from what I'd been feeling in the wheelchair before that. And so when I got in the sports wheelchair and I pushed as fast as I could and bashed into somebody else, and just the feeling that, you know, I can do that. I'm not fragile, and I can still work out. And I can't tell you, it's felt so great. Getting a workout in, especially after getting injured, it did a lot for me. It does a lot.
Now, one of the things, obviously, your family has been important, but you've talked about finding a community of like-minded people or people who have had similar experiences. How important is that, do you think? Because one of the things that the whole point of this is for people who are out there facing obstacles to learn from people who've done it and do it well. And for you, what has it meant to find a community of people who are perhaps differently abled and to be with people who understand what you're going through? How important is that versus family or other support groups?
I can't even I can't even put into words how important I think that it is, because it's that important. When you came to me and told me that, you wanted to know how I face obstacles, and the first thing I thought of is, well, I don't face them alone, you know, and that makes it a lot easier. And finding a community, I was in the hospital the same time as this man. His name is Dan Dumas, and he also broke his neck and had to relearn how to walk again. Um, and after we got out of the hospital, he started his own gym. It's called SCI Fit, and where people can go who have suffered similar injuries. And from there, they have trainers that work with you in whatever you want to accomplish.
Right.
But there I also see people who are ahead of me, in progress. And I see what is possible. Nothing is impossible, but it's just so stimulating and reassuring to see people who are doing things that you aspire to do.
Mhm.
And I think that that's so important, just to know that it's open, that people can do that. How are they doing it? And just seeing and learning, and finding a positive environment where people support you. Even on my worst days, I can go to this gym and I know that people are there to support me mentally, physically, emotionally, and it keeps me going. It it supports me on like every level, I feel.
So that's one of the things I wanted to ask about, which you just touched on, is when we see people, often we see these people, who fight so well, but everybody has dark days.
Yeah.
Everybody has days where they feel down. When you have those days, obviously the gym is clearly one of the things, but how do you snap yourself out of it, or what do you do to not wallow in those dark days?
Man, can I tell you, sometimes it's so hard to do things for yourself. Sometimes I'm like, we're worst on our hardest on ourselves.
Of
And the
course.
days when it's hard for me to find the motivation for myself, I do it for other people. I think of my parents and my brother who work so hard to make sure that I'm successful still, and I do it for them because they want me to succeed. And people around you love you, and if you can't do it for yourself, do it for them. It makes people so happy to see other people succeed, especially people you really care about. And
Right.
on my darkest days, I think of those who I love the most and who have really been there for me, and I do it for them.
Your mindset is so unbelievable. That
Thank you.
positivity of this, I can't yet, and to do it, to think about others and to motivate others. I think you're such an inspiration. It was why I wanted to talk to you. So as you look at the future, what are the things you aspire to do?
Well, I just graduated college. I graduated with my bachelor's degree at Cal State East Bay, and right now I'm an aspiring master's program student. Um, my future education means so much to me.
Mhm.
So right now I'm trying to get into a master's program, and I'd really like to work in a school district and help people. Mental health is very important to me,
Mhm.
and I've always been so supported, and I want to help people. I want to support people, and I want to help people stay positive or learn how to be positive, learn how to change their language and their mind to work for them. Ideally, that's where I see myself in the future.
So that's I love that, the changing the language and changing the mindset. So I want to give you the last word here as as for people out there who are facing obstacles in life, because we all do. You're
Yeah.
someone who's fought so gracefully and so powerfully. I want to let you have some words on what you would tell these people who are out there who might be struggling right now. What words would you have for them on some inspiration?
Let's see. There's always tomorrow, and you're never alone. You could always ask for help. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, but when you ask for help, people want to help you, and especially if you want to help yourself, people want to help you. Um, just changing your language is so important, and even just saying like, I can do this. I can work really hard and get to where I want to go. And believing in yourself and even saying it. And the first 20 times you say it, you might not even believe it. But I
Mhm.
swear, if you keep saying it and you keep wanting to believe it, you will believe it and it will come true. You just got to keep trying and know that it will be hard. Life can be hard. Everyone has battles that aren't as visible as mine, as a wheelchair, but everyone has them.
Yes.
So even on your hardest days, just know, like, man, if I can get through this, I'm that much stronger and I can face tomorrow even better.
So part of being our honoree is we donate $250 to the charity of your choice. And you've chosen a charity. So why don't you tell us what charity you'd like this donation to go towards?
I chose the CDF Firefighters Benevolent Association. They were fundamental in helping me get my car, which has brought me so much independence and freedom in my life. I can't explain to you what that's done for me. Um, so I would love to give back to them. They've had a hard year this year, the
Yeah.
firemen, and we are here to support each other, and they've supported me so much in my endeavors, and it would mean so much to me to give back to them.
So this is again why you're so remarkable. So it's California Department of Forestry Firefighters Benevolent Association, and
Yes.
brother obviously was part of this. And this
Yes.
is what's amazing to me is so your brother literally rode a bike cross country from the Golden Gate Bridge in New
Pedaled
York City.
bicycle. Yeah.
Pedal bicycle. He rode a bike. Yeah, not a motorcycle. He
Right.
pedaled a bicycle
Yeah.
cross country, having virtually no experience, to help raise money for this car to help you. And now you, in turn, are helping them. It's this. I love what your family clearly embodies and what you and your brother embody, and that is this sense of support and community.
Yeah.
I just think it's remarkable. Your family is a very special group, and you and your brother both are incredible individuals.
Thank you so much. I'm a very privileged girl. My family is my biggest blessing in my life, and they've instilled in us that it is in giving that we receive. So
Well, you are the perfect Warrior Wednesday honoree, Lauren. Thank you so much. If people want to find you online, do you have any presence online, or do you waste time online like me?
I don't have a big presence online. I have an Instagram, Lauren Byrne.
Lauren Byrne.
Name, yeah, Byrne, like the fire burn. But yeah, I don't have.
Well, listen,
One
I just want people, because I think, again, once they see you, they're going to want to know more about you and stay in touch with you.
well,
And
one thing I can share actually is this wonderful thing my brother did riding his bicycle across the United States, running into positive people the whole way. It's just a beautiful story, and it's a good reminder that across the entire United States are beautiful people who want to help, you know. And my brother is actually writing a book about it, and it's coming out this summer. Yeah, it's called Lauren's Ride. It's an amazing book. It's an amazing story. I think it's fundamental. I think we need that right now, you know.
positive stories.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole point of this. That's why I wanted to do this, is to get these positive stories out there. Because, again, we're surrounded by negativity and cynicism, especially online. And like you said, in the real world, people are amazing, people are wonderful, and let's not lose sight of that.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Well, that's what this has been about, and I could not have asked for a better person than Lauren. I thank you so much, and congratulations to you and your family, and keep fighting for everyone.
Thank you so much, Matt. I can't tell you. It's been a pleasure to meet you and to be a guest for this. I think it's an amazing thing you're doing. I definitely support Warrior Wednesdays.
Love it, Lauren.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.